Oh my god, it looked like that thing just glitched. Let me see. That seems to be echo. Give me one second. I apologize. All right, guys. I apologize for the amateur beginning, but we are getting there day by day. I really want to dedicate this stream to Wave Nerd 8148. He told me that I should check out this thing called AI Devin. I didn't know what it was. And to give you some context about where I am in my life, I just got done with the most intense technical project of my life. The entire time, I was thinking to myself, I wish AI existed to do some of the hard things from this project. I wish the AI existed to install the software for me. I wish the AI existed to write tests. I was just dreaming of an AI tool that could make my life easier and give me the chance to work on the the problems that mean something to the company. I dreamed it, and you guys brought it to me. But before I get into what AI Devin is and this tool that many content creators are saying are will replace my job, I would like to calm down the hype a little bit. I know some of you are following me because you wish to get a career in tech, because you want to work for a certain company. And I still want to say there is hope. So, without further ado, let's get into the show. Give me one sec. I am going to record the timestamp. Malfunction. Oh yeah, before I do that, see if I have any comments. Can anybody tell me where they're coming from? Wave Nerd is here. Wave Nerd is here. Oh my god. Turn up. I thought you were gonna watch this tomorrow, bro, but like I appreciate everybody who's helping me along this journey. And yeah, shout out to Wave Nerd. Who really appreciate the help. I didn't want to do a stream today. I just got done doing the job, and so I'm happy that we get to be on this journey together. And shout out to my guy Kinesis. Say yo, what's up? And yeah, definitely me in the chat. But before I said, let me see. All right, let me share my screen. Before I tell you about AI Devin, I want you to remember this post by Elon Musk. He says, AI will run out of electricity and transformers in 2025. I want you guys, let's read a little bit of the article, and I will let you make your own decisions. But it says, I've never seen any technology advance faster than this. The chip shortage may be behind us, but AI and EVs are expanding on such a rapacious, I don't know how to pronounce that word, rate that the world will be faced a supply crunch in the electricity and transformers next year, says Elon Musk. Let's see, do I want to read the article? I think the entirety, but yeah, let's read the last part. Then the next shortage will be electricity. They won't be able to find enough electricity to run all the chips. I think next year you'll see just you can't find enough electricity to run all the chips. The simultaneous growth of electricity cars and AI, both of which need electricity, both of which need voltage transformers, I think is creating a tremendous demand for electrical equipment and for the electrical power generation. So appreciate it, Wave Nerd. So electricity is what powers AI and the transformers. And as you see, I had a course in my graduate program, and they talked about how much things like Bitcoin how bad Bitcoin and all the electricity that these computers are on hurt the environment. Using electricity, that's why Ethereum, I don't know if you saw my past live stream where I talked about why I'm a big fan of Ethereum. Ethereum has a proof of stake algorithm so that it's less intensive on computers, on the environment or whatever. But I think there's a lot of hope inside of being a programmer still, because the limits of AI will be seen in the next few years. AI is definitely the future, but I still think it is important to be programming and learning about these things. So, for those who are looking for a job, I would want to say master the tools, look into it, and do what needs to be done. I think I saw another article talking about how the White House is urging new programmers to learn Rust because it's memory safe. So there are still chances for us to make an impact on the industry, but we must be able to use, instead of letting AI take our jobs, let's let AI take the jobs that we don't want to have. And so now, with that in mind, let's get into AI Devin. All right, guys. First impressions.
Hey, I'm Scott from Cognition AI, and today I'm really excited to introduce you to Devin, the first AI software engineer. Let me show you an example of Devin in action. I'm going to ask Devin to benchmark the performance of Llama on a couple different API providers. From now on, Devin is in the driver's seat. First, Devin.
So, if you don't know what a benchmark is, it's basically just a if you want to know how performant your code is, then you would want a benchmark to see the speed of your application. And it's something that any computer science can do. It takes, let's just say it takes an hour to do. It's not really complicated. It's not, as far as on a scale of 1 to 10, with 5 being a 2-year, no, yeah, I would say with 5 being a programmer that has 2 years of college experience, and 10 being creating Chat GPT or writing the code that we use to go to the moon. I would say this is closer to a 5. It's not very complicated, but I won't explain anything else. But let's keep checking on what it can do. So it looks like it gave some steps: research the API documentation, replicate together perplexity to understand the request formats and parameters, write a Python script that constructs and sends HTTP requests to each API with the same prompt and parameters. Like, this stuff right here can be done with ChatGPT. These questions, I'm glad that it broke it down into smaller questions. But at the same time, I think that nothing that it is doing, document the script and benchmark practices including, yeah, the documentation part is really nice. Report the findings back to the user with collected data in any relevant visualization or summaries. Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff is really cool, but it's not that complex. But it did say, I must admit, it is saving a lot of time.
Makes a step-by-step plan of how to tackle the problem. After that, it builds the whole project using all the same tools that a human software engineer would use. Devin has its own command line, its own code editor, and even its own browser. In this case, Devin decides to use the browser to pull up API documentation so that it can read up and learn how to plug into each of these APIs.
So I want to say this is exactly how I do my job. Um, I use the terminal, I use the internet, and I look on Stack Overflow a lot. And a lot of times, a lot of a, many parts of my job can be copy and paste. But there are situations where this is a problem that has never before been seen. And that's what I am curious about. Can AI Devin do? Like, somebody has to be the first person to write a a Stack Overflow question. Somebody has to be the first person to discover the tool. Is AI Devin capable of looking at the documentation? Like, I would love to see its reasoning process of how it went. Let's see if we can go back and see a little bit about what chat completion it went to together AI. So I went to the site, and so yeah, I'm a little bit curious about some of its reasoning methods in order to find
In
some of
this
this
case,
stuff.
Devin
I'm really glad. I think they did a really good decision of like showing a instead of like this being done in the terminal, they're showing it live, so we have some type of proof that this is not just something mastermind. But and another thing with the Google Bard, remember there was a scandal about Google Bard where people basically hyped up the presentation, but under the hood, it was not all that. So I'm really interested to see what the source code is going to look like.
decides to use the browser to pull up API documentation so that it can read up and learn how to plug into each of these APIs. Here, Devin runs into an unexpected error. Devin actually decides to add a debugging print statement. Reruns the code.
I think that's what's really cool. It debugs it itself, which is interesting. Because I have to do a lot of that as well.
With the debugging print statement, and then uses the error in the logs to figure out how to fix the bug. Finally, Devin decides to build and deploy a website with full styling as the visualization. You can see the website here. All of this is possible today because of the advancements that we've made in both reasoning and long-term planning. It's a really hard problem, and we've only...
So yeah, I think that's what's interesting, right? You guys see, like, some of you guys ask, is ChatGPT taking my job? Are we just using ChatGPT? If you look at this benchmark, ChatGPT can only do 0.5% of the things that human software developers do. But a jump up to 13% is insanely is great. It means this is probably going to replace a lot of jobs. And it's funny to me, guys, because it's like so much of software engineering used to be so easy. If a person just understood how to look up CSS documentation and master that, there used to be CSS masters. But and the point, if you don't know what CSS is, it's the thing that styles our websites. None of that required math. None of that required complex problem solving. It required memorization and experience. But now we're seeing AI come in and do a better job than actual humans in these areas. But as far as complex problem solving and creating code or working in a code base, I would love to see what AI, how good AI Devin is. And I think they have some more videos on their website. So we're going to take a look in a second.
We just started, but we're super excited about the progress that we've made so far. In the meantime, if you'd like to try out Devin on your own real-world tasks, send us a request below, and we'd be happy to forward it to Devin.
Man, I'm just going to say this dude looks like the stereotypical engineer, but it's fine. But my man Wavener said, yes, debugging is a big win. Debugging, guys, is the most painful part of programming. When you don't understand why your code is not working, you have to go down many different rabbit holes. It's like playing a game of who killed Roger Rabbit. And you have to do that in business. You have to do that on a sprint basis because usually the guys at the top really don't care about bugs. They don't understand they don't understand technology. All they want is their code, their product. So it is quite interesting. Let's see. They have the cognition blog. Let me go ahead and switch over into the next. Stop the screen. But yeah, I'm curious if anybody in the chat thinks that AI Devin is going to take their job, or how impressed are you with AI Devin at this current moment? Because for me, it's great. It's definitely the biggest progression in AI that we've seen thus far. But still, I think it has a while to go before I would confidently say it's going to replace a junior dev. I still think devs, if I hired a junior dev right now to work on a project, they would have to spend less time working on debugging tasks and installing tasks now. They could work on problems that really matter, and I could teach problem solving. Shout out my man Josh Smith. How you doing? What it do? But yeah, if I hired a junior dev, they would have more time to work on harder tasks because debugging is such a pain and not understanding things. I still think that AI is a tool to help programmers, but it is not a tool that is going to be able to replace programmers in my lifetime. If you look at the NVIDIA CEO, right, he said, "My job is to," I think his name is Jensen Hun. I think he said, "My job is to make sure that your kids never have to learn a programming language. So don't teach your kids." I'm actually a little bit scared of what people are going to look like in the future. If you guys remember, let's see, let me pull this up for a little bit. Or actually, if you guys remember, there was an article. It said, "Why Google is making us more stupid." And basically, what they were saying is because Google can do things, can find information for us, because we can use Google Maps, because we can use the internet, people are not developing their problem solving abilities from a young age. Remember, if you wanted to know a fact, you could not look it up in 30 seconds. You had to go to the library. You have to read many different books. You have to research. You have to find conflicts in what different books were saying. And maybe you would even have to go find an expert. Maybe you would have to go find an expert. But now information is spoon fed to us so easy that we have not developed those muscles to problem solve. And you see, in my job as a software engineer, the engineers that separate themselves from the pack are always the ones who have an extremely high level ability to problem solve without with less ambiguity. The higher you want to go into the company, the more vague problems you are given to solve. And so AI Devin is not, it could be great. It could be great is all I'm gonna say. But at this moment, I am not believing the hype. It maybe you can say that I'm just scared. But yeah, like taking a deeper look into this stuff, it doesn't seem that much. And if another thing, right? Like you guys like, let's see. I heard somebody say in the comment section that they are going to AI Devin, or this company is hiring software engineers. So it's like still at this day, they still need high level problem solvers, high level engineers. So I am a little bit worried for my job. I'm sure like one day we won't need programming languages, but I do think that this AI hype bubble will end very soon because the world just does not have enough electricity, as we said with Elon Musk, to be supporting these chips. These chips are very expensive, and we're going to have to make do with what we have. So let's take a look at some of these videos. It says Devin can learn how to use unfamiliar technologies. That's interesting. Lots of hype, my guy. I agree. Let me see. One of my friends said, Do you think it would help you build your own project faster? Absolutely, guys. And that's another thing you guys need to be thinking about. If you don't want to program, that's fine. Like you should be I think I still would recommend that people learn how to program because you're going to have a leg up on everybody else on using these tools. I remember I was reading an article by the guys who started maybe Instagram and WhatsApp, and they were talking about how the technology today makes starting an Instagram that much easier. Well, you should not worry about companies not hiring us. We will be able to start businesses ourselves. And now the newest technology, the builders, the ones who are able to change the world are going to be solo developers of 10 people maybe. It's going to be a lot less. We're going to a group of 10 people can do more than uh, let's say Google back in 1995. And that's the beauty of technology. As things progress, it gets a lot easier. And I think people like me, I think people like Wavener, I think anybody who's in the Discord, if you don't know, check the link at the bottom of the description. We're learning these things. We're learning how to use these tools. We're learning what we can do, and we're going to be able to start the next companies or start the next projects a lot easier. So I think I have to remind myself we should not fear AI as software developers. We should be using it because it will not be a direct jump from like it will not happen overnight is what I'm going to say. General intelligence will not come overnight and then your mom is able to create the next I don't know, her next big tech idea overnight. It's going to be a gradual progression. We're going to see it's going to struggle. Every year, we're going to say it's a little bit better. It's going to be a little bit better. And the people who are able to learn how to program are going to be able to start these businesses a lot faster. So let's get it. Revenge of the Revenge of the nerds. Yes. Ladies, you made fun of us for a long time, but it's not too late. It's not too late. Slide in the DMs. No. Slide in the DMs, dog. I'm playing. I'm playing. But yeah, let's get back into the video. Okay. I'm not sure exactly. It looks like this video was done a long time. What does this say? Faxmachine.ai? Let's see if I can pull that up because I want to see how complicated. I'm gonna guess this is a website that they did themselves. I'm trying to see if I can do any of that. Google.com. Faxmachine.ai. So it's a this is probably a website they created themselves to tailor made for the AI. Archive? Um, yeah, I don't know if I can find. Can you guys see? Oh, okay, you guys could see me clicking on different screens. I'm trying to see if I could find the. Oh my god. I'm trying to see if I could find. She said it's faxmachine.p hidden in plain sight slash p hidden in plain sight. There we go. Let's see how hard this article looks. It says subscribe. We're not doing that. So it looks like this AI tool is able to resize a picture. So it seems like to me, in order to do that, and I've actually done some I took a class on. I can't believe I'm blanking. It's the side of computer science that deals with computer vision. That's what it is. I took a class in computer vision, and to be able to resize an image only takes just changing the parameters. It's not hard at all. Try it yourself. Yeah. Hidden in plain sight. Okay. It looks like this blog post is about being able to create images in text or letters in text. Yeah. Uh, right. It's not very hard to do. They probably changed some parameters and learned about an API, but yeah, it doesn't seem like. Not sure if it. I'm not sure how good it is. Oh, they said no sound. I apologize for that. Let's see if I could. Yeah. So I'll replay the video. I apologize for anybody listening. We're gonna find it on YouTube. But before we watch the video again, I have to remember, guys, in order for you to hear sound, I have to share the tab. I cannot share the entire different Chrome. I cannot share the entire page. I have to share the tab. But somebody asked me. Let's go back for a second. Somebody asked me, Josh Smith, did you build any projects outside of work? Josh, are you the Josh that? Do I know you in real life? I don't know. I think I know a Josh, but yeah. I built a lot of projects by myself. I tried to start a lot of different businesses with code, but I would say I didn't have a very good understanding of product management, and because it's not good enough to be a good software engineer. You have to be great at business. You have to be great at sales. And that was one of the inspirations for me starting this YouTube channel. When I got to Twitch, I discovered that my technical skills were not enough. I had to learn leadership. I had to learn being able to sell my ideas to my team and be able to lead it from beginning to the end. And so again, like being a good coder is not good enough. You must be able to hack human beings. If you hack sounds kind of manipulative, but you need to be able to inspire human beings to allow you to lead them. And so I hope that answers your question. And I'm actually going to take a note from that. I appreciate the question, Josh Smith. It's Josh from the gym. I thought I knew you. Shout out to my guy Josh Smith from the gym watching me on YouTube. I didn't even know that you followed me on YouTube, but I really appreciate the question, the support. I could show you some of my projects, but like compared to this AI stuff, you guys are gonna laugh and be like, it's not even worth it, bro. All the energy that I put into it, because it's like we can do that so much faster today. But that's life. But yeah, let's get back into it. Let's see if I can give you guys some videos. Share screen. So this is one of the. Hopefully you guys can hear it.
And I'm going to show you how Devin, our AI software engineer, can autonomously learn from a blog post. Within a few minutes, Devin successfully generated this desktop background image for me with my name on it. So all I had to do was send this blog post in a message to Devin. From there, Devin actually does all the work for me, starting with reading this blog post and figuring out how to run the code. In a couple minutes, Devin's actually made a lot of progress. And if we jump to the middle here, you can see that Devin's been able to find and fix some edge cases and bugs that the blog post did not cover for me. And if we jump to the end, we can see that Devin sends me the final result, which I love. I also got 2 bonus images here and here. So let me know if you guys see anything hidden in these.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, there's an image. I think in order to do this, you need an API. So it's not as complicated as it could be, but still some impressive work. Like being able to learn from blog posts could save me a lot of different time. And my guy Wave Nerd again, he says, sounds like I need a business co-founder. I think join me in the Discord. Like, I want to remind you guys, like, I've seen a Twitch creator and he talked about how he was able to get a lot of different people jobs. Like, he was able to hire some of his people. That's the goal for this channel. Like, I have my work cut out for me. I'm still struggle streaming. But yes, like, I would like to. The reason why I live stream is because I want to build a community. I want to help people make their dreams come true. I want to be a better leader. And I appreciate anybody that's giving me support and being patient with me on this tech journey. But yes, I need co-founders. I need I need junior devs that don't want to debug and want to come in and want to work on some hard problems. But let's get back. Let's see if I can pull up the next video. So it says Devin can build and deploy apps end to end. And if you guys don't know what Netlify is, let me pull it up. Netlify is a place where you can easily make web apps. It's like it just reads your directory a lot faster and deploys the website a lot faster from your app, whether it's React or whatever. Let's see. I'm trying to. Man, it's looking like I'm technology inclined at this moment. I'm not sure how to use their website. I'm hearing that ad. And I'm going to record the different timestamps. What timestamp is it at? 34:15? And no, that's not the right one. So if you guys don't know what Game of Life is, it's a programming problem that they used to ask at Google. It's basically, I forget the exact rules of the game. Maybe they'll explain it in the video. I'm going to watch it. Let's see if I can. Hopefully you guys can.
Today I felt like playing the game of life. So I asked Devin to implement it for me. Devin started by creating a new React application using the shell, and then it started writing some code through its editor. After that, it deployed the app through Netlify. Let's check it out.
So yeah, the Game of Life is kind of like, if you guys know, let me see if I can pull up the rules of the Game of Life real quick, because this is not going to make sense to you guys if you're not. Game of Life programming challenge. What are the rules of this game? Any cell with fewer than 2 lives of neighbors dies because of underpopulation. Any cell with 2 or 3 live neighbors lives on to the next generation. Any cell with more than 3 neighbors dies because of overpopulation. And any dead cells with exactly 3 neighbors becomes a live cell as by reproduction. Basically, that's kind of just a nerd speak that for each cell, it just checks to see if it has too many neighbors. If it does, then it dies. And if it has too little, it dies. And if it has all of its neighbors are around it, then it could change to being alive. So
Nice. But there's a lot more features which I want to add. So let's ask Devin to do this one at a time. I want the words Devin to be written at the initialization screen instead of it being random. Then I want the word to be slightly bigger and the frame rate to be faster. I also want him to fix a bug where the screen gets freezed after 3 seconds. Let's see the progress Devin has made so far. We can see the diff, and the last diff shows that Devin just fixed the bug where the screen gets frozen after 3 seconds. This seems reasonable to me, so let's move on. Next, I want Devin to increase the frame rate after 10 seconds and also to make the website responsive to different window sizes.
yeah, it doesn't look like he's writing this down live. It seems like he just wrote this down. And so, yeah, I'd love to see, like, if you guys remember at ChatGPT Sora, Sam Altman, he asked the crowd, he said, hey, somebody give me an idea. And then somebody screamed out, I don't know, I want to see an alien walking down the street. And then he wrote in the chat, AI walking down the street. And then he showed the video. This is not really a live demo. So there could be staged things on this. So I'm a little bit skeptical, but I do believe some of this stuff is definitely possible. And another thing about that, it's like demos. I can't tell you guys how many times, like, as a software engineer, I show you a demo that looks cooler than it actually is. It's all about the wow factor in demos, but under the hood, there's a lot of bugs and a lot of errors going on.
I also wanted to make it interactive so that when I click my mouse somewhere, it should spawn a new block. Let's check out what Devin has made so far. Started with Devin, which is what we asked for. And when I click something, it creates a new block as well. That's fun. Let's play around with it. Well, there goes my evening.
The key to being rich is knowing.
No ads. Yeah, so it looks like it's pretty interactive. I wonder if he was doing that with.
Hey, I'm Neil.
Wow. He's already started the next one. But yeah, that looks pretty interactive in the way they went about it. Yeah, it is what it is. I think that's not hard to do, but yeah, definitely it was fast. So I think the next step for this company is to be able to do a live demo with some of this stuff, because I am a little bit skeptical. I got my guy John Thomas in here. Would I start my own business? Of course I would. This is a business. You guys don't even know how excited I am to say this is a business. When my coach for this YouTube channel told me, he said, what are we starting? Are we starting a business? Or are we starting a popularity contest? I want you guys to hear from me today. This channel is not about getting the most views. This channel is not about hype. This channel is supposed to be for information. It's supposed to be about getting the bag. It's supposed to be about empowerment. It's not about, I don't know, let me do a TikTok dance and everybody come in here and like my video, or me cry or something. I don't know. But this is a business. Would I start, I imagine you might have meant, would I start a coding business or something that is tech focused? That's interesting. Like, I love writing code, right? I love writing software. it's something that I've spent the last 10 years of my life doing. And I would say that I have a decision to make, right? If I want to go off and become the best leader possible, I have to step away from coding. And if I want to become the best developer I can, then I will always lack in leadership. So I think it's important. I think at this current moment, my goal is to continue being an entrepreneur and continue developing my skills as a software engineer. But you never know. You take it one day at a time. It always seems like as developers get older, we don't have the necessary grit to learn some of these things. But at the same time, I did see an article that said the Gen Zers are computer illiterate. So I'm wondering if these guys are going to want to write code, even if it's easier. So I hope that answers your question, John Thomas. And if I think you were my friend back in when we were at Fisk University, I'd love to hear it. Or if you're just a random John Thomas, what up, my guy? My guy Wavelength said, "Am I building? Are you into building mobile apps or web apps?" So I have built mobile apps and I have built web apps. I say the majority of my time in my career was spent building web apps. Of course, when I worked at Twitch, I had to touch some of the Android and iOS code occasionally, or read it at least. But yeah, who knows? I think that another interesting thing, like with the AI, I saw somebody have this like AI pen that you can just talk to and it gives you advice. And I'm thinking it's possible that the next tool will be neither mobile app or web app. It will all be voice based. I think that's where we're heading, or it could be Neuralink. So I would say my software career has been very generalist. So I'm open to learning new tools. But if you ask me if I had to get a job tomorrow, it'd probably be web based because that's what I do for work as well. My guy, thank you for the good information. We're business, my guy, of course. And then I think that's all the questions that I had. I think some of you guys said some things in the chat, just encouraging me. I appreciate that. I'm gonna keep going with the next video. It says our AI software engineer fixes bugs in Python algebra system. Fixes bugs? I promise you guys, like if I could say how much time I spend coding, I would say I spend 10% coding, 50% installing bugs, and like 40% debugging. I do not spend most of my time writing code. And so I'm happy to see these things are coming. Or actually, I might spend 20, I'll spend another 10% writing tests as well. But most of the time I'm debugging. So if you could make my life easier, please do it. But let's get into the video.
And I wanted to show you an example of Devin, our AI software engineer, helping me fix a bug. So I've been using this repo called SymPy. SymPy is an algebra system written in Python. And I noticed this issue where when you take the log of a fraction, you get zoo, which is a type of infinity. So that's definitely wrong. But instead of trying to figure this out myself, I just asked Devin to take a look. Devin immediately jumps in, sets up the repo, and is able to reproduce that same zoo output. Devin then figures out the right part of the code and adds print statements in order to figure out what the cause of this issue is. And we can see here that the cause is that integer division leads to a 0, and then we take the log of 0. So based on that, Devin's able to fix the issue in the code by replacing that integer division with true division, and then cleans up the debug output and verifies that the result is what we want. And then Devin even runs the tests in the repo as well to make sure nothing else is broken. So that was great. Saved me a ton of time. So thank you, Devin.
The all-new GoDaddy era
Bro,
helps
why
you
do
get your
these
business
ads
online in
keep
minutes
showing?
with the power of AI.
This
The
company
perfect
is definitely getting their money's worth out of these videos and this hype. Cognition they have, it has 20K views, so I guess it's something that
By the way, someone said that Theo looked like.
Jesus.
Hey.
Let's get back. But yeah, most of my time is spent as doing a lot of bug work. I can't believe this stuff, guys. Like in the future, I think people are going to be so stupid because they won't. I don't think you guys remember, but when I used to do math homework, there were some problems were just too complex for the internet. You needed special software to be able to do certain math problems. But now it's going to be so easy. And I think I want to say my mind developed by doing hard math problems. But in the future, kids, I wonder, are they going to be smarter because they can learn more through math, or are they going to be dumber because they won't have to problem solve as much? It'll be interesting to see. We got my guy, Kid Carlton, in the chat. What's up, my guy? You can put your he's a musician, very talented, one of my friends. Definitely put your links in the chat. I might put it in the comments, bro. Like, I'll support your stuff. I will support your stuff if you have anything you want to show to my viewers. You are right about the audio apps. Okay, I think he was talking about how the next device might not actually look like a phone or a computer. It might be just audio based. So I don't think there's anything that I would buy at this moment, but yeah, could be something to look into. And let me see. Do they have one more video? It looks like they have 3 more. I'm gonna choose. How much time do we have? I think we have a lot more time. So I wanted to do this for an hour and 30 minutes. And I'm sorry for anybody that didn't show up, but I thought it seemed groundbreaking, or it looks very groundbreaking, but through my eyes and looking a little bit deeper, I think anytime a content creator makes a video, they have a choice between giving people value and trying to get the most people to see it by making clickbait titles. And yeah, I think this is more on the side of clickbait. No, this is real. I promise you, I'm wrong about that. This is great for coding, but it's not replacing my job just yet. Like, I think I saw Fireship. He said AI just replaced my job, and I was scared, and that's why I watched the video. And I think that's how good content creators do. They play on people's fears, and they play on people's emotions in order to get them to watch the video to end to end. And I understand it's a business. Devin can fix bugs. Devin can train and fine-tune the AI models. Devin can address bug features and requests in open source repositories. Devin can contribute to mature production repositories. When even tried Devin on real jobs on Upwork, and it can do those too. All right. Let's see. I'm probably going to do the last 2. And then I might call it a night from there. But yeah, let's take a look at. Bro, these people are not supporting my stream, so I'm gonna play the ad in silence, and let's see if I can answer some of your questions along the meantime. Right about the audio will be a function of the apps that are a tool. Yeah, let's just put that up real quick. Audio will be a function of the apps that are a tool that is fixed to fix a real world problem. Yeah, guys, I don't think you guys know this, but I have been learning Spanish for the last 5 years. Learning Spanish has been one of the in my opinion, learning Spanish has been harder than writing code for me, because I'm a logical based person, and if you give me feedback, then I can learn from those things. But Spanish, learning a language involves creativity, and I do not think it's that far away for these chips to be able to communicate with people, these audio apps that might come out from AI to be able to communicate with people in different languages real time. Like imagine, and I think there is like a big movement of people who want to American men who want to go to different countries to find wives. Like imagine being able to communicate with people with different languages. I think it's going to revolutionize the world. And blockchain, like I think the world is becoming like you probably won't have to with blockchain and with AI, you won't need to live in a place like the United States in order to sell your goods or have a really profitable business. So I think we're going to see or that's my hot take. AI is going to help AI tools and blockchain are going to help people in low developed countries with great business ideas come to make it to the big scene. They won't need to live in a place like America anymore. But yeah, looks like we got some more people in chat. Let me know. I can't see everybody. Did CeeLo isn't here? CeeLo was in here the whole time and I never said anything. What's up, my guy CeeLo? I apologize if I did for not seeing you. My guy CeeLo showed up to the last stream. But yeah, let's get back into the video. The ad is done playing. Oh no, this is not the right video. Let's see. Did I not pull up the right one? Technical difficulties. Give me one sec. So I wanted to say Devin contributes to a production repository. And they're playing the ad again. These guys are ambitious with their ad, bro. Bro, okay, so that's what it is. They broke the link in their software. This link is broken. Or is it? Or did I not understand that? We're gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna cover it up. The link is not broken. I think I understood it. I thought it was the same video, but it really wasn't. Let's see, AI Devin. No, I think this is the same video. All right. This, because we just watched a video about math. Didn't we? Devin can autonomously fix bugs in the code base. All right, let's just try another. So it looks like they have one about Upwork. Let's look at that one because I don't want to waste anybody's time in here. So I guess Upwork is a site where you can like find different jobs, make inferences on computer models. Specialized profiles can help better highlight your experience with submitting proposals to your job like these. Hey, I'm looking to make an inference with models in a repository. Your deliveries will be detailed instructions on how to do it in an EC2 instance in AWS. Please provide your estimate to complete this job. I will not respond to cover letters with an estimate. Interesting. I am looking for an inference with the model in the repository. Can you guys hear that noise in the background? It seems like somebody in a motorcycle, but yeah, hopefully you can't. But yeah, let's just look at the video.
I'm Walden, one of the developers here at Cognition AI. We were playing around with whether or not Devin could start a side hustle on Upwork. So here's actual real job from Upwork, where the client wants to set up this computer vision model, which actually looks quite interesting. It seems very difficult to set up. I'm not sure how I would start doing this, but you give the task to Devin and ask Devin to figure it out, and things just kick off. Devin immediately goes ahead, and you can see it sort of starts setting up the repo. It actually runs into some issues here with the versioning. So if you watch how Devin deals with it, Devin's actually updating the code to make these things work. he continues with this, loading and importing packages. You can see that actually downloads images from the internet to run through the model. But you can see here that there are actually some issues that come across. However, Devin knows how to handle these things. Devin kind of pushes through. And if you look closely, Devin's actually doing print line debugging here, where Devin is adding these statements to track where the data flows. And Devin continues to do this until Devin understands how everything's working and actually then updates the code with the fixes after removing print line statements. Devin continues this pattern of fixing code and running it again until it runs the image model across all of these rows across the world. And we can ask for a report from Devin. At which point, Devin sends over some sample images of roads with damage marked out and a nice TXT file explaining Devin's work and the different kinds of outputs of the model. Good job, Devin.
Bruh.
Yeah, sure.
Bruh, and then show me out of here. I did not follow all of that. It looks like it trained itself on a computer vision model and now like it's able to do new images.
And importing packages. You can see that actually downloads images from the internet to run through the model.
Yeah.
And Devin continues to do this until from Devin. And a nice TXT file explaining Devin's work and the different kinds of outputs of the model. Good job, Devin.
If I was able to look at the actual description in the repository, I might have more to say about this, but I think this one is a dud, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see what they said in the comments. Tell me when you'll fire your own software. That's funny. Yeah, I agree with that. Tell me when you're gonna fire your own engineers, and then I'll come back and I'll support your video and look at your ads. But yeah, not that interested. My guy said, "Are you looking to be a CTO, Chief Technology Operations?" I'm going to be real honest with you and say that I don't even know the difference between the CTO and the CEO. So yeah, I'd have to look that up. Like these guys, I'm kind of like Sherlock Holmes, right? I only care, like somebody asked Sherlock Holmes like about Pluto and he was all like, there's planets in the sky? Like, if it isn't like dealing with what I care about, like I'm not really into it, to be honest. And yeah, let's see. I think that is all the videos that they had for the AI training. Is, I think there was one more. Devin can fine tune its own AI models, and I think I'm probably not going to be the best in that either. I did want to, we can watch a video about military tech. So I did on my last live stream, I watched a video about military tech and how to get a 200K job, but I realized that my camera was messed up. We can rewatch that in case anybody hasn't seen, or we can continue with looking at AI. I'll let you guys decide. Or we get industry. But I did want to get on and I did want to talk about the coding dev tool. Any preferences? I'm gonna give it 30 some more seconds. I'm guessing no, but I definitely do have two people in here. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. I definitely want to thank the sponsor of our stream, Wave Nerd, for giving me this video ideas. If you have any content you want to react to, if you think there's something important that you need me to look at, please let me know in the comments section. I have a very small, close-knit channel in Discord. I have a chance to respond to each and everybody who leaves a message. I would love to see. I would love to talk to you. I would love to interact with you guys. But other than that, I think I'm gonna say deuces.